Ruslan.
Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Yeah, conversations front of the fireplace. All of my mistakes, how do I erase? Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the worst pain facing. Moments in isolation. See, I was hoping I would do this to get more family time. A busy mind and worried heart, is this not where I reside? I subscribed that all that traveling wasn't doing well for my soul. Glad I never made it, well my name went through the rumor mill. I suppose that the Lord knows I'd have failed. Instead I'm doing well at home, out my shell. Good book off the shelf, more dubs off the L's. I told Ray they ain't just gon' know us, they gon' know us well. Happy to have failed my way to success. With my family by my side, Lord knows what's next. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, I need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, we need an overhaul. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. All that drama and hysteria should die down. If there's nothing nice to say, then baby, pipe down. Life is too short to try and pay the price now. I was walking on water and then I wiped out. So this is for the restoration of every family member that's estranged. I know you're facing the same asymptomatic patient, different virus. Hard to tell somebody they sick when they only deny it. And you confide in something personal, but they think you lying. With friends like these who need enemies, I wish I was lying. Nevertheless, I wanna be more and do less trying, until the Lord comes back and takes his people back to Zion. Yeah. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. But I know what's off, never noticed y'all. Hit a protocol, need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, I need an overhaul. Need an overhaul, we need an overhaul. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. Joshua the king came down and bore it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. I know a few things, never claimed to know it all. Conversations front of the fireplace. The king, the king, the king, the king. Joshua the king.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan. Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan. Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
We are live. There we go. We are live. Shout out to all the new people in the live stream. Hey, my apologies for starting late. We had a booming stream earlier as I talked about election fraud. And now we are here for Fan Love Friday, our music review, the best music you have never heard. So I'm kind of scrambling to get dinner. I had to go tell my son that we were going to, Mom was going to do bedtime tonight because we're probably going to go pretty late here. And we got an amazing night of music planned for you guys. The best music you have never heard. That's a fact. I promise you that. So if you're watching this live, let's just start this off right. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from. That would help us out a ton. I'm going to be eating just a bit because it's, again, we're going to be probably going kind of late tonight. So, yeah, let's hear those tunes, bro. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. Matt Lynn, thank you for being here. DJ P-Dog. P-Dog, you still in Lynchburg? Let me know where you're watching this from. Hey, Long Beach, Byron College Station, Toronto. Oh, Durham, okay. Dallas, Bakersfield, New York. If you're new here, consider subscribing, give this video a like, all that good stuff. We're gonna get into some music. What you're gonna see is us bringing different folks into the stream. I wanna make sure I'm not missing anybody. You've been out of Lynchburg for 11 years. My fault, bro. I'm tripping. Shout out to P-Dog. I met P-Dog through Lecrae many moons ago. He was Lecrae's DJ for a minute. And so he is in Raleigh, Durham. So if you want your, oh, hold on, I'm trying to get these folks in the, here we go. If you want your music heard, it's pinned up and you can go and sign up. It's $15 a month and you get your music heard. We got, it says 50 submissions today. That's insane. I don't know if we really got 50 submissions today. I think I'm gonna have to raise the prices yet again because we did $15 and then increase the prices. But shout out to everybody who got a deal on the $5 to $7. Some of y'all been here a long time. So, hey, if you're in the Zoom call, again, we go through order. The order which you submitted is going to be the order in which you get your song. So if you're at the very, very end, do not feel like you have to stay here and listen and be stuck in the Zoom call. Go get some dinner. Go hang out with your lady. Go hang out with your kids. Come back. If you submitted at the beginning, I'm gonna let you know who that is. So here's the order. We got my man Conscience Hip Hop. He submitted first, and then we got AJ who just gave us a dot, trying to reserve a space, and then we got Bartholomew Jones, AWO, Johan, Kwame Cusham, okay, Kwame Cusham, Luther Crates. Okay, that is the order. So we get that's actually a fairly good order. Luther Crates and my man Conscious, some of the best stuff you guys ain't gonna hear. I'm gonna stop talking. We're just gonna let the music talk for itself. Again, if you're watching this live, give this video a thumbs up. Takes you 2 seconds, costs you nothing. All you gotta do is click out of the chat. All right, and we're gonna start. Okay, forgive me for eating while we do this whole thing. Here we go. Here go my man Conscience and Wayne Classic.
All up in my mind, and you never leave. Heart big, you a different pedigree. Yeah, God gave me the clay that he mold. I just said the heat remind me of his love. God, wow, you put it next to me. Heartbeat, you got my heartbeat. Okay, yeah. Heartbeat, you made my heart speak. Okay. My last love, you play supporting roles to the dad I love. You so patient, how you ain't got it, I can't add to the love. I can try, oh yeah. I go out to get it and you hold it down. I'm leaving what you never leave. I know it isn't easy, but I appreciate I care when you don't think I care. I got desires, but they don't even compare. I might be flying, but it's nothing, you ain't there. Gotta praise the highest, he gon' provide a way. Now I admit that sometimes it wasn't me. Navigating this faith as a leader, need G.O.D. Separate discernment from pleasures and simple things. Yeah. All up in my mind, and you never leave. Heart big, you a different pedigree. Yeah. God gave me the clay that he mold. I just said the heat remind me of his love. God, wow, you put it next to me. Heartbeat, you got my heartbeat. Okay. Yeah. Heartbeat, you made my heart speak. Okay.
Yeah, I spent way too long waiting for someone who could make me happy. Yeah, when you came along, it was bigger than that, really in fact. God was like, yes indeed, yeah, this is our destiny, yeah. Bringing up faith, mixing the grace, that is a recipe. Yeah, if God is our chef, then we never need to worry about bread to eat. This love is a date, we set the plate, tease a centerpiece. I know eventually, yeah, I have the recipes, I know, maybe even a century. One day, like a decade, won't waste a second. I'll cherish everything, yeah. I'll cherish everything, yeah. We acknowledge we're in progress, so regardless of the problem, we can solve it. And you'll always have my heartbeat, that's a promise. Girl, you got it, and I know that you're my wife, but I call you all the time, cause you're all up in my mind.
And you never leave. Heart big, you a different pedigree. Yeah, God gave me the clay that he mold. I just said the heat remind me of his love. God, wow, you put it next to me. Heartbeat, you got my heartbeat. Okay, yeah. Heartbeat, you made my heart speak. Okay, yeah. I don't wanna wait a change.
Yo, this joint is dope. So here's a quick songwriting tip, and I don't know if you did this intentionally conscious, but one of the coolest ways you can do in writing songs is you can do that octave jump that you did. Heartbeat. You go low and then you go up an octave. Let me play it back for you guys.
Next to me, heartbeat, you got my heartbeat. Okay, yeah. Heartbeat, you know my heart speak. Okay, yeah. I don't wanna wait a change.
That's a really good songwriting technique that I don't think is used enough. So he's lower and then he jumps an octave. It creates a lot of dynamic, especially in a hook. So very well done. I love this record. And I like the content of it because this reminds me of like throwback R&B where you have this like 90s content, like a straight, just like monogamous relationship, because a lot of R&B now is either dead or it's just like rap with singing or it's like ratchet R&B. And this reminds me of the content that I heard in 90s R&B with like the modern flair. So yeah, man, good job, bro. I messed with it. Y'all killed it. I think y'all got a lot of a good chemistry and you guys compliment each other well. He's producing all this stuff, right, Conscience?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Wayne Classic. He been holding out on us with the bars and the singing and the rapping, man. Yeah, super duper cool, man. Yeah, good stuff, bro. I got nothing else for you. I think it's fire. I think you need to make more.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. That is Conscience Hip Hop and Wayne Classic. You should definitely go follow both of them on social media. Hey, if you're in the Zoom call, make sure your name on Zoom is the same as your name on Patreon. It just makes my life way easier trying to track some of you guys down. So we got next up. Yo, there you are, Wayne Classic. Wayne Classic, you got a different submission tonight?
Nah, I just jumped on for this one.
Hey, man, you've been holding out, bruh. You've been holding out. I need more than Wayne Classic vocals, bro. You bodying these records. Conscious is bodying, but you holding your own. Y'all both bodying these records, man. It's just a good chemistry. I got a good thing going, bro.
Appreciate you.
More.
Got you.
Wayne Classic and Conscious, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. Next, this is the order that we're going in. Hopefully you guys all know how to use the hand up feature. We got AJ, we got Bartholomew Jones, and we got LWO. I don't think AJ or Bart is in here. I thought I saw LWO. Logan, you're LWO, correct? Okay. Hey, again, Logan, this doesn't apply to you because I already figured out that you're in here. If your name is different on Patreon, it's going to confuse me. So make sure whatever your Zoom name is, you change that to your Patreon name. You change your name on Patreon easier than you can on Zoom. Okay, so you can just change it. It just makes it super simple for me to see it. All right. Let's get into LWO. Been remixing this track. Wanted to wait until 2021. No release, mixed last week. Just wanted your advice on the overall mix. Okay, here we go.
Stress got me out. You're the only one who calm me down, yeah. Stress on the couch. I'm only okay when you're around, yeah. And you help me learn things about me that I used to hate. Sharing both the rest, so all we do is celebrate. Sometimes the best things in life are worth the wait. It's not over, it's not. Only been I got is in my fans took a chance. Now I got my girl holding my hand, she a fan. I'm not the man, and I think I'm okay with that now. Cause really it's so good. I don't even know so bad. Cause if I hit a rock bottom, you the rock at the bottom. It's really so good. I don't even know so bad. Cause if I hit a rock bottom, you the rock at the bottom. I'll be there to tell you that it's gonna be okay. Don't matter what anybody else has gotta say. You're my only teammate, yeah, you're my only teammate, yeah. I'll be the one you call when everything around you seems to fall. And honestly, I'm honest to a false. So trust me when I say I'm yours alone, yeah. Know you got me and I got you. Looking at even the menu. Yeah, there's just something about you. Yeah, there's something about you.
LWO, ladies and gentlemen, give this video a thumbs up, man. I'm not really, listen, we're not done yet, but yo, why have you not liked this video? I've told y'all it's the best music you ain't never heard in your life. Come on.
Yeah, man, I got no money yet. Maybe it's all good, but I just can't stop thanking God. It's cause of you I'm truly rich. I don't even know. Cause if I hit a rock, you the rock at the bottom. It's really a song. I don't even know. Cause if I hit a rock, you the rock at the bottom. It's really a song. I don't even know. Cause if I hit a rock, you the rock at the bottom.
Yo, this joint is nuts, bro. I messed with it, Logan, big time. I feel like the bass sound to me is the coolest. Whatever that crunch is, or whatever I don't know if that's distortion or just your sound selection, but the way that bass just kind of rides and it doesn't crush too much of the low end and the highs in it, that bass is one of the, in my opinion, one of the best mixed basses I've ever heard on a record. Like, that joint sounds crazy. I like the record. I think the melody's good. I don't really remember what you're saying, but like off top, like the melody's in my head. The arrangement is cool. I would say there are parts where I just wish your voice was a little louder. I still think you're mixing more as a producer and less like an artist, and that's just probably because you're insecure with playing your own vocals. But you sound good on this, bro. I would lean into it and just, with some of the automation where the music gets bigger, push your vocal up just a hair. I feel like the overall vocal could come up maybe a decibel or two, and when the music gets louder, just automate that joint up just a little bit, because you sound really good on this. I mean, you've been tucked away, hiding out in the dungeon, cooking.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Conscience actually gave me some good advice earlier on a mix too, so shout out to him too as well. Said the same thing as basically you did, so appreciate it.
Bro, keep killing it. You need to start putting some visuals out, man. Start running some ads, getting this stuff out there, because it's really good. Like, I mess with it big time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Good job. Guys, that's LWO. Next up, let's see. Here are the next couple names. So, look, I skipped over AJ and Bartholomew Jones. I don't think they're here yet. After LWO, we got Johan. I don't think Johan is here yet. Kwame. Is Kwame here? Hey, yo, if I'm calling your name, use the little hand up feature. Kwame is here, but his camera's off. Kwame, if you could turn your camera on for me, boss. There you go. I see you. That would be incredible. It also helps if you guys got your camera sideways, just so you fill the screen up. Kwame, I'm going to go to you. Unless you want me to come back to you. I see you moving around and stuff. If you're not in a good spot, let me know. Your camera's locked. It's vertical. You need to unlock it and then turn it sideways. Hey, if you're watching this live, you need to subscribe and you need to give this video a thumbs up. You need to stop playing with my emotions, because I told y'all it's the best music you've never heard. And the first two records were pretty crazy, if I may say so myself. All right? So I'm going to go to my man Kwame right now, and we're just going to jump right into it. There we go. Hey, is that the low pass filter we talked about last week? Yeah, my man. I told you that's an easy incorporation into the production. Come on. There you go. I'm gonna pull this back and do a little freestyle for y'all. Hey, if you're watching this live, give this video a thumbs up. Yeah. Hopefully the levels sound nice. Hopefully the levels sound good. Ruslan off the freestyle as I could, as I should, as I did every day when I did, when I said every time, and you know it don't decay. My man Kwame with the beats, and you know they on me. I'm dropping freestyle and we coming like an army. I'm dropping freestyles and you know this ain't the Navy. The high pass, low pass, and you think he saved me. Yes, Jesus saved me, and I ain't afraid to say it, and I ain't afraid to change my ways. You know I'm praying every single day for the country. You know we saying the same words that we've been saying since the way back when I just came in and started snapping on the freestyle flow. Ruslan, I'm rapping, attacking. Oh yes, they don't even know that I can rap like this and stay so fresh, so blessed. One more time, Ruslan off the freestyle. Patreon community is on my mind. My man Psychology Spot, you know he got the admin on lock, and yes, we about to rock. Oh yes, I'm about to say every single day, don't forget to pray, don't forget to lay you down. Life laid down. What is what I meant? My man Neems coming into the stream. I get more dope beats from producers. Yes, I spent all my money on beats. Oh, now I'm bent. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so clear. My man Kwame on a beat, we don't care. Yeah. It's so clear. I've been on live stream like all daggone yeah. My man Just Raised, he got the bars too. And if I don't call back, I will call you. I said I can't speak now, I'ma call you. And then we do it so sick as we ball through. Woo! Yo! Bro, I like that you incorporated that little low pass filter. That joint is it's an easy tweak, man. I think what I like about your beats is just groove and just vibe, like the groove and the vibe. And is that you on the guitar?
Yeah.
My man. Okay, so my only feedback would be because you could play guitar this well, don't be afraid to take those same chords and just do a breakdown where you just open the chords. You know, totally that's not how the chord sounds, but you know, just like an open chord to add just a tad bit of variation. And what I would do if I were you, and this is my preference, this is not the beat is cool as it is, but I think variation breakdowns would be cool. But what I would do if I were you is I would jump on Splice and just find some dope like vocal samples that you could chop in there. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like some dope call and response, female vocals, some of that like pitched up sound with this guitar. I think that it will be juxtaposed dope, in my opinion. Like I think that would be fire. You know what I'm saying? Just so it's not just guitar and bass driven, that it has a little bit of flair. So what I mean by vocal samples or chops, or like if it's like and then the beat mutes and it's just like a ooh boom, come on. Boom, 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 yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just so that there's some like interesting breakdowns in the beat, because those are those little clever parts. So now what we're talking about is like, bro, you got the chops. You know how to produce. You know how to get it to feel good. And make an artist want to freestyle to it right on the spot, which is what you want for your beats. Now, how do we take these and make them songs? How do we take these and make them interesting and unpredictable and add little ear candy? And vocal chops is probably the easiest ways to just kind of, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean by like a mute and then like something interesting comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like think James Brown ad-libs. Louder. But literally mute everything but the chop and put them in interesting places.
Okay.
Try that this week.
Good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it's fire, bro. I mess with it. I mess with it big time. And you're nice on the guitar, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. That's Kwame. We're gonna get this thing moving. Let's see if is Cusham in this mug. Cusham, if you're in here, raise your hand for me. I see you, Cusham. You don't gotta raise your hand. I'm going to you, and then I'm going to Luther Crates. I skipped Bartholomew Jones and AJ, but Cusham had some heat last week. Let's see what he's working with this week. Hey, if you're watching this, a lot of love for Doran Senior for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it greatly. Cusham, this link ain't working, champ. I think you sent me an unlisted link, but you sent me the direct link, so you got. Let me try. No, that's my fault. I got it. I messed up. Give me 1 sec.
All right.
Sometimes it copies too much of it. I think we got it right here. Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Yeah. Kush. Kai, stop it. When did I be in pocket? Been on track, no stopping. Thinking I pulled the socket. Kai, stop it. When they gon' switch the topic? Show no work, they talking. Thinking I switch the topic. Kai, stop it. When did I be in pocket? Been on track, no stopping. Thinking I pulled the socket. Kai, stop it. When they gon' switch the topic? Show no work, they talking. Thinking I switch the topic. How you gon' talk about me, no talk about you? Reserve your time, man, start working on you.
There you go.
I ain't gon' talk about them, they gon' talk about you. Talking about who's on top, you ain't done too much. Been rolling with God, put on my armor. Couldn't judge if I wanna. But I'm raising them on up. Do my work, then I rest for the day. Could've worked harder, put my blood and my sweat in that thing. They couldn't defeat it, they wanna. So far I did about 10, but they still talk about me. So don't focus on that, they don't want you to succeed. Felt like I'm an outcast, but I'm super fresh, super clean. I'ma just do my best, never settle in between. Yeah. Kai, stop it. What do you gain or profit? Spending your time in gossip. Could've made it so far if you wasn't. Dang, awkward. I cannot fit the logic. Keep it too real to force it. They gotta move towards it. Kai, stop it. When did I be in pocket? Been on track, no stopping. They cannot pull the socket. Kai, stop it. When they gon' switch the topic? Show no work, they talking. They cannot switch the topic. Kai, stop it. When did I be in pocket? Been on track, no stopping. They cannot pull the socket. Kai.
Yo, this joint is crazy. I would do one simple thing. Here's one easy alley-oop for you. A cool way to get a song to be catchy and go live when show starts popping up, and hopefully, your thing starts taking off. Like a song like this blows up, and you could go do shows. Is finesse those ad libs. Overall, this record is crazy. I will push your vocals up a hair, just a tiny bit, and maybe do a slight containment in the 250, 300 hertz range, just because it just feels just a tiny bit muddy, and I feel like I want it to be more present and clear and bright. But here's a real simple tip that I would do.
Socket, Kai, stop it. When they gon' switch the topic? Show no work, they talking. They cannot switch the topic. Kai, stop it. When did I be in pocket? Been on track, no stopping. They cannot pull the socket. Kai, stop it. When they gon' switch the topic? Show no work, they talking. They cannot switch the topic. How you gon' talk about me, no talk about you?
Like I would keep going back to that and make it very present, because that ad lib is money, and that's the part that at a show everybody's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna go, bro.
Be in pocket, Kai, stop it. They cannot switch the talk about me, no talk about I topic. How you gon' talk about me, no talk about you? Reserve your time, man, start working on you. How you gon' talk about them, they gon' talk about you. Talking about who's on top, you ain't done too much. Been rolling with God, put on my armor. Couldn't judge if I wanna.
You know what I mean? Like that just should be everywhere.
Do my work, then I rest for the.
There's a song, and I don't want to take too much credit for the song because the dude is a genius in his own right. But there's a song by my artist John Keith, or he was my artist at the time, called That's God. Right? That's God. I don't need y'all. But the way the record was, he came in and he had this one ad lib, and it was really, I got no problem of any of it. Ooh, no, and he literally had the ooh the one time, and then I was like, bro, we're taking that and we're doing it every 2 bars or every 4 bars, and that became the part that everybody chants back at the show. You know what I mean? So as people's attention span gets shorter, you want to give them that ear candy and that consistent and that predictability, so they're with you out the gate. So that you know what I'm saying? And then you could even switch it. And then the next one could be you know what I'm saying? But that little thing is gonna be predictable, and what you want is people singing along with you right away, So that way, by the time the song's over, they're like, oh, that is in my head. And it was right there. You did it twice, but I would do it way more. I would do it in the second verse. I would really milk that and just turn the vocals up a little bit. But yeah, I think this joint's dope, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Where are you based out of again, Christian?
Namibia.
Where?
Namibia.
Oh, okay, yeah. I rescued. Are you guys friends?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
What is in the water over there, bro?
Stuff up until like the first lockdown.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Mixed all this stuff since 2017. Since then.
What's in the water there, man? Because y'all got a crazy amount of talent, bro. I think there was another artist or producer from there, right? There's like 3 of you. Where are you guys from there? That's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, no, people are hungry. And I think that like people like me, I'm rescued as well. Just really care about at the end of the day, just really care about making really good art.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So
and your guys' attention to detail is really impressive. Y'all really care about every tone, every ad lib. Like, it's dope, bro.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you submitting. All right, guys. Yo, I told y'all this the best music you ain't never heard. Why is there 137 of y'all watching, but not enough of you guys like it? Come on now. I need y'all to stop and hit that like button. It costs you nothing. It tells YouTube you like this video. YouTube pushes this video up the algorithm. So click out of the chat. Give this video a quick thumbs up. All right. If you want your music heard, it's pinned up. All right. It's $15 a month. That's it. $15 a month on a Patreon. You get your access into the Zoom call. We do other Zoom calls. I guarantee you, if you join our community, you will appreciate it. Because there's just a lot of talent here. If you want like a one-off, it's $75 super chat, which I don't recommend you do, but and because we keep it in order of the folks that are in the Zoom call and on the Patreon community. So next up, we got one of the dopest, one of my favorites from Dallas, Texas, Luther Crates, and then right after Luther Crates, we got Troy, Just Raised, Tizzy Red. We skipped AJ and Bartholomew Jones because they're not here. After Tizzy Red, we got Big Gucci Dame, Lost and Found. Guys, please make sure your name is the same in Zoom as it is in Patreon. Change your Patreon name to your Zoom name. It'll just make it mad easy for me. Luther Crates' track was insane last week. I cannot wait to hear what he got this week. He keeps setting the bar higher and higher for himself, man. So I almost feel bad for this man.
I seem to lost my mind here some type of way. I don't know what you're trying to say. I just don't care no more. Tranquilo, my friend. Tranquilo, my friend. Tranquilo. Tranquilo. Trying to find my way up out of this matrix. Over-medicated since I was coloring spaceships. I know there's 5,500 million different ways to get about my head, and on the way to outer space, I'm getting crazy. Hearing all your problems, I ain't gonna coexist. Issues of my own that I'm dealing with. Don't me put up your energy. Turns out I'm healing me. Drama ain't a piece of mine. Can't control it, please don't waste my time. This is how I live my lifestyle. Yeah, and I'ma live it right now. Yeah, tranquilo, my friend. Tranquilo. The hell it seems you always hate. Drain all around you. When I open my eyes, I'm motivated by what makes me go blind. Feel cautionary vibes, but anything that'll be killing your vibe. Life's a hell of disguise. Aliens come to drain all around you. If they drag through the dash, leave them all. Now I lie here, steady waiting, wondering why the hell it seems you always hate it. Love yourself, mental health, blaming well, baby. moving forward, chase the bag, getting paid, mangy. Any minute, I'm tunnel vision, and I hold it there when I focus on winning. And this just how I live my lifestyle, yeah. And I'ma live it right now, yeah. Trying to get low, my friend.
Yo, Luther, dude, I tell you, I could just sit around and just listen to you rap, bro. Your rapping is just so impressive to me, bro. It just reminds me of Andre 3000 in like a unique, different way. Like it's still you, but you just had that tone. Yeah, so I like it a lot. I think this record, I feel like, I know this is a rough mix, so you said it's a rough mix. I think there's some stuff going on with the pitch, so I would really make sure and make sure that the pitch is correct in sense of the melodyne or whatever. I forget what DAW you in. What DAW are you in?
I'm in what you call it? Just blank FL Studio.
Okay, so I don't know if FL has a pitch corrector, so just really make sure the pitch is tight on this. I feel like this song could be a little bit shorter, in my opinion. I feel it's a little long.
Yeah.
And if I'm completely honest with you, I think this is good, but I feel like the past couple records you submitted were great. Like I feel like the past couple records were next level, like these are hits. You know what I'm saying? And this is like cool. So I would consider going with something else as the single. The record that you're gonna put some money behind, shoot a video. I would consider specifically last week's record. I remember saying like, I felt like if Drake came out the same record, it'd be number one. I would really consider going with. I don't remember what the record was, but I remember like wow, like being mind blown. I think we ran it back like 2 or 3 times. So this is a good record. But I think maybe it's because of the pitch, maybe because it's not done. I also feel like the beat is a little busy, if I'm honest with you. Like there's a lot going on in the beat, and usually your beats tend to be more like soulful, and the way that those are arranged tend to kind of make you the star. And this, I feel like I'm a little lost into some of the production. You know what I mean? And I think vocally, you being the star, in my opinion, is the winning formula. You know what I'm saying? Your voice inflections, how much diversity you have, and your swag and your tone, and you going from rapping to singing to different voices while you're singing. All of it feeling extremely natural. You know what I'm saying? Victor asks, can you ask Luther about the Sneaker record? Is the Sneaker record the record we listened to last week?
Oh no, he's talking about Snickers. I don't know if you. I remember I showed it with Ray Rock like. I think a month ago.
Oh yeah, the Thicker Than a Snicker.
That record.
That joint was crazy.
Yeah,
I remember that record. That was the first record I remember from you, and then I remember the record. The last 2 records were both really, really, really good.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out. So I just been working on singles, like you said, just trying to like experimenting with different like production styles. So, so you're really saying that you more so like just like more open space beats, just room for just me as just a vocalist, or just like more room for my vocals and more room for me to be creative?
I think so. I think because sometimes what happens is you have a working formula, and then sometimes the records then get overproduced. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
And when you have a vocal and a tone as charismatic and as interesting as you, I think less is more. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think less is more. Like there was a phase, like I don't know if you listen to Andy Mineo, but there was a phase early on in Andy Mineo's career, Heroes for Sale, that I just thought it just felt way overproduced. Like I just thought it was just way too produced. And then my favorite stuff from Andy is the stuff that's the rawest and the most like open. You know what I'm saying? And I think with you, it's a similar tone. It's a similar thing because your voice alone is so fascinating and so interesting. You can do so many different things with your voice. Where I don't want a bunch of extra sparkles and pan sounds and all this extra stuff. Like I just want to hear Luther do what Luther does great, which is sing and rap and do different voices. So that would be my recommendation. Is like, yo, I think with you less might be more. And if you got a working formula on those 2 or 3 records, I don't know if it's the same producer, different producers on those records. I would just just build that sound out, make that sound yours.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean?
Cool,
so
man.
Great stuff, man. Luther Crates, ladies and gentlemen, Dallas, Texas. in the house. Let's see. Okay, so I skipped over Johan and AJ and Bartholomew Jones. I don't think any of those dudes are here. Let me go to Troy. Is Troy here? Troy, Just Raised, and Tizzy Red, and Big Gucci Dame. Do me a solid. I'll throw your hand up so I can get to you easier. I don't see Troy, but I see Just Raised. So I'm going to go to Just Raised. Yeah, I see. Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, there you are, Troy. Okay. Yeah, guys. And then after that, we got Tizzy Red, Big Gucci Dame, Lost and Found. One Way Nick. So if you guys could all throw your names up that I'm saying, it'll help me out a lot. Just Raise, if you could throw your hand up too. So I'm gonna go to Troy and then Just Raise, and that way I could just find you easier because there's a gang of folks in a Zoom call right now. Hey, if you're watching this live, do me a solid, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from. This is Fan Love Friday, the greatest music you have never heard from artists you should be following. All right, so I've been making music on the side for years, but I finally invested into a DSLR and a recording setup. Dope. I've committed to dropping 2 singles per month with visuals this year. I've set some goals as far as social platforms and Spotify within a year. I'm shooting a video for this track this weekend. All right, Troy. There's some lofty goals there, man. There's some lofty goals. I hope this is good.
Yeah, feeling so uninspired, feeling I need the fire, dreaming away on my days and praying they'll take me higher. Feel like my future's waiting, feel like my past is calling, reminding me of my failures and all the times I've fallen. I can't get any smaller, still a gigantic calling. With 30 on me, I carry the rock, I'm Alec Baldwin. Just hurry home, we've been tarrying all the month of August. But when the fall is finally over, you'll see where your home is. I've noticed you're only praying for the blessing. Once you get it, you don't get up on your feet to spread the message. Am I wrong? Let me know. To my home, let me go. Thought he was holding me back, but he was holding me close. Yeah, ain't no time like the present to show this gift of mine. I get alone in his presence and let him shift my mind. Oh, they just think it's religion. Nah, this is spirit science. Ain't a shame to say I'm Christian, I ain't switching sides. Give me time, I'm about to show you who you dealing with. They get on the mic and say they ill, I think they ill-equipped. I've been making moves in the zoo where gorillas live, and pull up in my little Honda Civic to the dealership. My desires change like a tire change. Left with despair, a good year felt like a mile away. Nowadays, I know that my Father up in heaven is a call away. If I'm ever stressing, I just sit and make a solid day. All my blessings double like I'm working on a holiday. You are not a god, got it, Leonard, you are Charlemagne. Could've took the easy route, I went to Tim Hardaway. Crazy how we went and made a baller from a well in my way. I'll never turn back now. Breaking out of my shame, I keep my head held proud. This is more than a wave, I pray they all don't drown. Holding on to my faith, cause it's a long way down. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yo, Troy, I like this record. I think your flow on here is really good. I feel like the bars are really good. There's a couple parts where I feel like you were a little bit ahead of the beat, so I want to encourage you to punch more. Did you one take this?
I think it was 2 takes, but I was a little out of breath at the end there.
More takes. Yeah. Like this should be 6 takes.
Yeah.
And I would have kind of developed the hook a little bit more, not the writing of the hook. The writing of the hook was fine, but the tracking of the hook just sounded just like you were tired of finished working on the song and you just kind of pooped out a hook the way you recorded it. So I would re-record that hook and consider maybe opening with the hook, because this is a solid hook, or like 2 bars of the hook or something, kind of like a what is that called, like a motif. Like you open with 2 bars of the hook and then you give us the verse and you come back to the hook. I feel like if you follow this format, even if you follow half of this format, like 2 singles with visuals a month is a lot for the average person. But if you could pull it off, cool. But even if you did 1 good single with a good visual every month, I think that will be helpful if you're punching and being very meticulous about everything in the recording process. This type of music, the mix doesn't got to be super glossy and super polished. It just needs to be clean. Your vocals are nice and present. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's gonna happen is you on the 25th version of this song, you know what I'm saying, is that's when we're gonna see like the growth from like, oh, Troy's pretty good, to like, wow, Troy's really good, to wow, Troy is great. That's not gonna come until you just keep doing it over and over again. You know what I mean? If you're committed to it. So 2 singles with videos a month is cool. I just don't want you to create such a lofty goal where you don't pull it off and then you do this for 2 months and then you just burn out and you don't do it for the rest of the year. Like, I'd rather you finish strong with 12 great songs, and then going into the next year with 2 a month and a system refined and maybe somebody to help you. Who's going to shoot these visuals for you? You, or how are you going to do it?
My wife.
Okay.
Trying to teach her how to use the camera.
Dope. Yeah, YouTube University. So I would just say just don't burn out. You know what I'm saying? Just don't burn out trying to take on more than you could chew. And just know there's going to be a learning curve, so less is more initially. You know what I mean? Work on the basics, symmetry, lighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of that stuff is going to be not what you do with the camera. It's going to be more on the outside of the camera, where you shoot, how you light, when you shoot, the locations you shoot at, the symmetry you're using, and then, learning the camera, and then adding a gimbal. I encourage a lot of people just to start on their phone. Like, if you updated your phone, just start with your phone and a gimbal, and that will get you a pretty good look if you get the right color grades and the right lighting. If you guys already bought a camera, which camera did you buy?
It's the Sony A6500.
Okay, cool. Yeah, solid camera. Did you guys buy a gimbal with it?
Yeah, so I bought it used from a buddy of mine, and
Okay.
it has, I forget which gimbal it is, but it is a little crane gimbal.
Dope.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Then so just make sure you have a solid lens. Which lens do you have?
It's a 35 millimeter. It's like a 1.8 aperture.
Great. That's a great way to start. Yep.
Yeah, and then there's a wide angle
Dope.
on there too.
Perfect.
So,
35 is plenty.
Yeah.
35 is plenty. Yeah, man. Good stuff, bro. Just trust that the process will make you guys better as you keep going. Just keep going. Whatever you do, keep going.
For sure. Right on. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. Good stuff. That's Troy. Next up, we got Just Raised. And again, if I skipped you, I skipped Johan, Bartholomew, and AJ. If you're here, please throw your hands up. We're going to go to Just Raised, Tizzy Red, Big Gucci Dame, Lost and Found. All you guys, if you guys could do me a solid, throw your hand up. That would be incredible. If you're watching this live, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from. These videos do not stay up on YouTube, so you're getting the exclusive live stream experience that you're not going to get anywhere else. All right, let's go.
Shut it off like I'm Jada Pinkett Smith. Come through and bust your rhyme like I'm Quilla with the split. Shout out to Ruslan for teaching me about the splits and how to monetize this music to keep my pockets legit. I got 3 kids and a wife at home. We been through having back like it was nice to roam. Yeah, all these tests and trials had us fighting like we rivals. You see, trying to take us out like we ain't built for this survival. Took a trip to therapy to be told I'm shocked you made it. The only reason we here today is because of God's grace. After everything we tried, simply left us feeling vacant. How he's compassionate with his patience, got us feeling like his favorite. See, COVID-19 and infidelity almost cut our season short. Yeah, indefinitely, who would've thought? Causing calamity, losing my sanity would leave me thinking suicide was the only way to handle G. But that's when his spirit came and checked me, interceded directly, restored them dry bones that was left in me, resurrecting our trajectory. And now we hand in hand, connected like ampersand, walking out his promise. Got us feeling so astonished. Obedience can get sorta sketchy, even when we get admonished. But his sacrifice for us was just a measure of the silent show. That's why we sing. We're singing, oh, I need thee, I need thee, I need thee. Every hour I need thee, I need thee, I need thee. Like the desert needs the rain, yeah. I need thee, I need thee. Oh, like the morning needs the sun, yeah. I need thee, I need thee. Every single hour, every single minute. 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 Yeah. Fighting like we rivals, you see. Trying to take us out like we ain't built for. Like you made it. The only reason we here today is because of God's graces. After everything we tried, simply left us feeling vacant. How he's been.
Yo, this joint is crazy, bro. It's that grown man music. What y'all know about that? That's that grown man. It's that grown man. I got a wife and family music. We talking about some real stuff. We not on no whippersnapper shenanigans. Yeah, that joint is crazy, bro. I messed with it. The hook was dope. The singing was dope. Your rapping was good. The storytelling was good. The vulnerability is heavy. I think some of the mixing could use a little work with the stacks. So if I say if you're gonna go down this path of like stacking your vocals like that, which I think is a vibe, I would definitely consider getting Vocal Line or either Vocal Line or Revoice Pro. Those are both programs that just let you stack and tighten up and glue your vocals really cool time-wise. Revoice Pro is a standalone program that also can do pitch correction. So that would be my recommendation on this record, is just tighten up some of that. But it's not even that bad or that noticeable. It's just, to me, I just wish it was a little cleaner and glued together. But if this is going to be like a whole series called Free Soul, then I would consider investing into one of those programs at some point.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Who produced it?
Same dude that did the jump from last week.
Oh, okay.
From work. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And people asking about your socials. It's Just Raised on everything. I just realized Just Raised rhymes with Just Blaze. I've been.
That was my only drawback when I first switched it, because Just Blaze is like one of my favorite producers.
It's a vibe, though. It's a vibe.
But I like it. I rock with it.
Yeah, man. All right, Just Raised, JUSRZD on all platforms, y'all. Go follow him. When does this come out? When is this series gonna launch?
So 3 a.m. comes out next Friday. That's the one I submitted last week.
Okay.
And I'm still debating time-wise how I want to release everything, because I want to at least shoot videos for it.
Okay.
Since they're not long.
Yeah.
So.
Dope, man.
Once I get all that lined up.
Very cool. I mess with it, brother. Let us know so we can add it to the playlist.
Oh, yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Just Raised. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We got Tizzy Red next up. Hey, if you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching this from. Give this video a thumbs up. It's the best music you've never heard from artists you should be up on. In our Patreon community, most talented community in the universe. Unfinished second verse is too much honesty and sin I committed a while back. Okay.
You're so gone and so long, you can fade with the seasons. Had you blocked for so many reasons. Why I made this choice with the sky. Don't you look me in my eyes. I stay broken from the lies. Now I finally see the light. You're so gone and so long, you can fade with the
that octave jump, I'm telling you, that's a great songwriting tool that don't get utilized enough, is that octave jump.
Had you blocked for so many reasons. Why I made this choice with the sky. Don't you look me in my eyes. I stay broken from the lies. Now I finally see the light. Finally see the light. What was I? So happy in your presence. Christmas open presents. Unwrap me from my memory. This past is my new prison. Is it worth it for the price? Hold it till I die. In my head, can I get you out? Showed you scars no one knows about. Scared to fall, so I held this doubt. No, I went too fast when I let my hair down. Falling down. Forgive me for this, baby. The love again is crazy. So I numb you with the block. Should've never let you save me. You're so gone and so long. You can fade with the seasons. Had you blocked for so many reasons. Why I made this choice with the sky. Don't you look me in my eyes. I stay broken from the lies. Now I finally see the light. You're so gone and so long. You can fade with the seasons. Had you blocked for so many reasons. Why I made this choice with the sky. Don't you look me in my eyes. I stay broken from the lies. Now I finally see the light.
Yo, this joint is really dope, man. The way the 808 comes in on that second part where the octave goes up sounds really dope. The just the overall vibe. You produced this as well, Tizzy Red?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
So the auto tune on the vocals, I know you hit me with that every time. How did that sound?
I think the idea is way fresh. It's gonna be numb to me. I think you can get a better take out of yourself on that octave jump. I think you can hit that cleaner. And then there's a part in the verse where you kind of start getting a little sloppy rhythmatically, and I would punch that part. I think it's the last 8. Somewhere in the last 8, it gets a little wonky, but not like crazy wonky, but I could just tell you were either rushing through it or you were running out of time. But I would re-punch the higher part. That part is crazy, and I think you can get it cleaner. I think you get it cleaner.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nah, thanks, man. It's a really honest song, man. I'm not that type of person, but it was just something that I felt like I needed to get out.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the beautiful part about music, right? Is it can be creative, expressive, valuable to others, and therapeutic to us. You know what I mean? So I think, and usually the stuff that's most therapeutic to you can be, can be helpful to others.
Always, I believe that.
So great job, man. Guys, that's Tizzy Red. You can follow him on all platforms. Hey, if you're in the Zoom call, I'm going in the order of the Patreon submission. So if you're at the end, you don't have to sit here and wait for hours and hours and hours. What I'm doing is calling out multiple names and going in the order of the names. So next up, we got Big Gucci Dame. Then we have Lost and Found. Then we have One Way Nick and Penny. So here's the deal. Your name on Zoom should be the name on Patreon. So take your Patreon name and make it your name on Zoom. It'll make my life substantially easier. So like I'm DMing with someone that just says iPhone. I don't know what that means. I don't know who iPhone is. And your submission should be on Patreon, and you should read through everything on Patreon just so you understand how everything works and you're not blindsided by anything. And also, if you're submitting at the very end, you just joined, it's going to be a while, like potentially hours until we get to your submission. I'm doing at least the first 60 seconds of every song, but just be prepared that it may take a while. So again, you do not need to sit here and wait all night long. Next up is Lost. So we got Big Gucci Dane, Lost and Found. One Way Nick. If you're in the Zoom call, do me a solid, hit contact, throw your hand up. Same thing with Penny, throw your hand up. And I Am Rescued, who I don't think is here. And then Neems, throw your hand up. That way I can see you guys easier when I'm going through the submission process. So we're gonna go to Big Gucci Dame and jump into his record.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen the news? We fighting in a court of war, we cannot win or lose. Time is really up, the essence, what you about to do. I'm walking on that sunlight, telling God I cannot choose. Hear these indecisive verses, why I hit the snooze. People telling me that God is coming, watch him move. But they sinning just like me, I don't know what to do. Hitting at that red light, feeling like I'm about to lose. Yeah, I'm from a city where they kill you for a parking spot. My people crying cause we grinding but ain't top notch. The streets are poor but the children playing hopscotch. Ghetto dreams but they grinding for a top spot. Hey, have you seen the news? We fighting in a cold war, we cannot win or lose. Time is really of the essence, what you about to do. I'm walking on that sunlight, telling God I cannot choose. Yeah. Hear these indecisive verses, why I hit the snooze. People telling me that God is coming, watch him move. But they sinning just like me, I don't know what to do. Hitting at the red light, feeling like I'm about to lose. Yeah. Yeah. Hate this feeling like I'm about to lose. Yeah.
Yo, I like this vibe, bro. I think you sound really good on this. I mean, the content's heavier. It's interesting because you're walking through like in real time, finding your own sound. So you're trying auto-tuning stuff, you're trying lo-fi stuff. I like the sound on you, man. I guess that's kind of the perks of being younger, is you could just kind of try everything and figure out what works. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's super fly. I would say just, punch and take your time on this stuff. Like your tone sounds really cool. It's kind of a demo.
Demo like a freestyle. Like I was trying to freestyle it, then I kind of wrote it in freestyle. So I just that's why like it was repeated. Like hit it, I feel like I'm about to choose.
Yeah.
So, like that's why I said it twice.
Yep.
How was the mix and master?
Mix is cool. Yeah, mix is cool. I would go back and just punch some of these parts.
Okay.
So like when you come in on that last bar that you repeat, just punch that, make that a little cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Thank you,
punch
boss.
more like listen through and hear the parts where you may be off beat and then punch those. And as you're recording in general, try to comp them, meaning that if you're writing and recording out loud, right, just do multiple takes of the same bar, right? Put the one you like, but then keep like 3 or 4 takes muted. So you should have like your lead and then like 3 or 4 muted takes for every bar. That way you can swap them out later. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Appreciate
that's
you,
it's
boss.
easier way to write and record when you always have comps. But yeah, I like it. I like this vibe on you, bro. I think it's really fly.
Appreciate you, boss.
All right, guys. That is Big Gucci Dame. We're going to keep this thing moving. If you're watching this live, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching this from. This will not be left up. We make these unlisted, so the only way to watch the replay of this is if you're a Patreon member. So if you're not a Patreon member, maybe consider becoming one. But more importantly, make sure you like this video to show these folks love, because there's some amazing talent in here. We got Lost and Found next, and we're going to start at 8 seconds from a series of songs I was dropping over the summer. Every 3 months had a version. We're doing the rest up. Cool. You keep yourself muted for now, boss, so there's no feedback.
Okay.
And we're going to jump into your submission.
If you only knew what I really am, I wouldn't be esteemed, no, you wouldn't be a fan. I'm a fallen creature, I am just a son of man. Led by all my cravings, my desires, and my plans. I done done so many things I said I never do. I should be in prison, I should rock an orange suit. A lot of things I've done, I'll probably never say to you. Probably think it's fine, I might corrupt from my pursuits. Truth, I can kill a baby if it mess with my life. I can leave my children if my wife don't act right. I can get some privilege if my pigment just white. But without God's forgiveness, we ain't catching that flight. Hold up, this ain't just a fade, this the end of days. Yahweh made it plain, come and read a page. Just read chapter 3, 2 Timothy. But that's not the end, there's a better way. Grace, no, we don't deserve it. Rather, God is burning, we have earned it. But the Christ is swerved, He removed the curtain, heavy burden. We bought since the fall, can't obey the law. So the fear of judgment keeps us far away from God. Well, we don't have to do that, cause He took that in the cross. He can change our nature, Holy Spirit be the source. Just bow in repentance, believe who He did it for. Was you, it's true, that He's the open door. Yeah, He the open door. Christ, the way, the truth, the life.
Yo, I like this. I like this a lot. I think some of the bars are kind of. I think I understand what you're saying, but some of these bars kind of pop out when you talk about like, I can kill a baby. I can. Would you say I can kill a baby?
I kill a baby if it mess with my life.
Is that kind of like a pro-life bar?
Yeah, just like about abortion.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, some of this stuff just lacking context is just kind of like, whoa, this dude said what? You know what I'm saying? So I think from a writing standpoint, it gotta be. Let me listen to it back because maybe I missed the bars behind it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's the bar before that kind of gives it context.
Let me pull it back. Hold up.
A lot of things I've done, I'll probably never say to you.
Okay.
Probably think it's fine, I might corrupt from my pursuits. Truth, I can kill a baby if it mess with my life. I can leave my children if my wife don't act right. I can get some privilege if my pigment just white. But without God's forgiveness, we ain't catching that flight. Hold up, this ain't just a fade, this the end.
Yeah, your tone on here sounds super dope, by the way, and the flow is dope. I feel like there's a couple parts where you could have added an extra syllable. He said, I could kill a baby if it mess with my life. I could kill it and it mess with my life. I don't know. I feel like there's a couple parts that could have just had like a couple extra syllables to make the cadences more consistent, meaning the same number of syllables in each bar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then let me see what comes.
Dog, Christ, the way, the truth, the life, the gate, the good shepherd, dead, see the fall.
Yeah, I would have just cut the song there or came with an interesting hook. I don't think I would have talked on this for a minute and a half. From a playback.
I had like a little like kind of like a hook part after the talking part, but yeah. I think that I was just kind of like during the summer, I was actually just getting back into writing and stuff.
Okay.
And was just trying to just get back into writing. You know, there's a bunch of
Gotcha.
songs I was doing, just working on my writing and stuff.
Yeah, I just would have went right into the hook. I think I would have went right into that hook because the hook sounds cool. Yeah, less is more. Like less is more in this era. You know what I'm saying? You want,
Okay.
if you can make a song a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and it says everything you want to say, then make it shorter. In my opinion,
Awesome.
I don't think you need to go for 3 minutes and have a bunch of talking in it. Because again, you gotta consider the consumer. If I'm vibing with you and then you start talking, I might just skip and go on to the next song. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, but overall, I like this. I like this from you. I think the vibe is super dope. I think the cadences, your tone on this is super fly. I mess with it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm been working on something since the last time I was on here.
Dope.
And just kind of taking your advice, you know, we're having the kids and just like taking time, like not trying to rush it, man. I did like 100 takes on like stuff, just like, man, I'm just gonna keep doing it till I get it the way I want it to sound.
I feel it. Yeah, man. That's good. That's a good discipline to have, brother. That's Lost and Found, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Next up, we got One Way Nick, and then after One Way Nick, we have so we got One Way Nick, Penny, I'm Rescued, Neems, Aaron Banka, OA, and who else? Cutright, Kenneth Clark. All right, so that is the order. Penny, I see you. So if I called your name out, you should use the little feature to throw your hand up. It just makes it easier to find you. So next up, we got One Way. And keep yourself muted too, guys, just in case there's feedback. Because some of y'all are listening on YouTube while you're on the Zoom, and it creates this weird feedback loop. So just keep yourself muted until we go to you. All right, One Way Nick.
Got the party jumping like a trampoline. I stay fired up, I got that gasoline. It's time to wake 'em up, it's time to ring the alarm. Diamond in the rough, polished up, I got the spark. We were runners up, but now they know who we are. Ran my numbers up, oh yeah, I'm shooting for It's time to wake 'em up, it's time to ring the alarm. Diamond in the rough, polished up, I got the spark. We were runners up, but now they know who we are. Ran my numbers up, oh yeah, I'm shooting for the stars. If you bout your grind, you can bang my line, but nah, I ain't shit. I'm sorry, I can't fit in your box, I can only be me. I got family at home, I'm the man of the house, I got mouths to feed. Treat this like quarantine, yeah, I'ma need like 6 feet. Got the party jumping like a trampoline. They can't get enough, yeah, they harassing me. I stay fired up, I got that gasoline. I'm rich whether or not I got these racks on me. Got the party jumping like a trampoline. They can't get enough, yeah, they harassing me. I stay fired up, I got that gasoline. I'm rich whether or not I got these racks on me. One way gang in this thing, okay, let me wake up the block. 808s go bang with the bass in your face, let me turn up the knob. Let me heat up the pot, turn it up a little notch, I'm the man on my job. They ain't tryna play games, tell them get out the way, let me shoot my shot. Been making these hits, been making these slaps, been making these bottles. Been taking these trips, I ain't taking no naps, my hustle don't stop. They calling it quits, I'm out of my bag, I ain't even got high. I'm back on my business, that's why they mad, I just give it to God. It's time to wake 'em up, it's time to ring the alarm. Diamond in the rough, polished up, I got the spark. We were runners up, but now they know who we are. Ran my numbers up, oh yeah, I'm shooting for. It's time to wake 'em up, it's time to ring the alarm.
Yo, I like this joint, man. I like how you could get at the octave thing. The writing is dope. The cadences are dope. Definitely exceeded my expectations. Where are you based out of, One Way Nick? You're still muted. I don't know what's up. I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. Yeah, try the AirPods. Hopefully you can you hear me? You can hear me, but I cannot hear you. You're unmuted. So hold on, let me make sure you're unmuted. One Way Nick is unmuted and his camera's on. Yeah, I don't know. There's something going on with your phone. But yeah, bro, by and large, this record is super dope. I like it. I think it's a vibe. I think the cadences are good. Somebody said it reminds them of Post Malone, but just with better rapping. Can you hear me now? So tell me if you can hear me. Talk real quick. I cannot hear you. So anyway, I'm just gonna tell you my opinion, and then hopefully we could talk on like a Zoom call on Sunday night. Yeah, someone said it's like a Post Malone, but with like better rapping, which I would agree with. The vibe is dope. The production is dope. It's unpredictable. The little mute in the little tape effect in the hook is really cool. It's a nice touch. So I like it. I would say my only critique, and this is just me being nitpicky, is try and figure out. Try and make the vocal chain a bit more unique to you so that it doesn't sound like anybody else. Right now, you're super dope and you have things that are reminiscent of other artists, and I feel like by you fine-tuning your auto-tune chain and you fine-tuning the effects you're putting on your voice, I think you could make it just a tad bit more custom-fitted, right? There's like auto-tune is like a suit, right? Like a suit is supposed to make you sound good. And there's certain guys that just look goofy in suits, right? You look good in a suit, but I want you to figure out a way to get yourself a nice custom fitted suit and not one that you could just buy at the Men's Warehouse. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between like a custom built suit that you pay a couple of extra $100 for versus like going to the Men's Warehouse. And it's still fitted for you, but it's not custom built for you. And the more custom built the suit is, the better it's gonna look on you. You know what I'm saying? With the except you don't want it too perfect. So anyway, I'm using that as a metaphor. I've never had a custom suit built. I don't own a gang of suits, but I've had buddies who've gotten custom suits built, and there's just something about them. The way they sit is different. So I want you to think of your auto-tune the same way. It should be custom for you, and that just takes a little bit of trial and error to make it so unique, so that there's no like, oh, he sounds like anybody else, because you're dope on your own too. And so that would be my feedback. Hopefully you heard everything I said. I'm sorry I can't hear you, bro. I think it's something acting up on your end, but by and large, super fire, man. And please do hop into the Zoom call on Sunday night. Because I definitely want to get to know you a bit more, Nick. It's super dope. All right, brother. Good stuff. Yo, that's One Way Nick. Gosh, he blew it out of the water, man. I'm going to keep this thing moving. We got Penny next up. Penny from Los Angeles. My man Penny just got his Blessed God hoodie. He says it's the most comfortable hoodie in the world. We try to tell y'all. A lot of y'all missed the sale. All right, here we go. This man moving movies out here, bro.
I'm torn between two lives. Mia talks to me, ego-driven roadside. Being living in a cloud of smoke. I'm so over all the dumb hoes that stay home. Trying to live this rap life. I watch it all pass by. I can see all the flaws. I see all the hate, hoping everybody falls, right? Cause that's how you supposed to be. Lost the people that were close to me. Drugs are a real problem, but I'm at fault. All rap about it, no problem. Careful what you represent. I repent on the daily for my deadly sins. The industry is skin deep. Sell your soul for a price at the devil's feet. Trying to blow away the pressure on me. I got fans now trying to say what's best for me. I understand all the suicide rock stars. More fame, more pills, you a pop star. My mom and dad disapprove of my chosen path. They just want to see me go to heaven on my last breath. The world wanna make a profit of my black coffin. It happens often cause the dead keeps people talking. And they can target a mark and they make millions and make it a mark. Reap all the profit of all these killings. I'm having second thoughts. Am I really happy? Will I ever have a chance to really have a family? Watch my kids grow up and be there for my wife and never have to choose between fame and a life. Just the fairy tale that you all wished for. An addict, angry, divorced, famous.
Yo, man, this is dope, bro. This is probably my favorite thing that I've heard you submit, bro. I feel like because the last record was a bit more commercial. It was like singing and auto-tune. I think this style is super dope. The way you open this up, your tone on here is like really dope. It's like Tupac meets Slick Rick, but it's modern. Like, it's so weird.
It's funny because I'm a huge Pac fan, so that's like a lot of my influence.
Let me run those first couple bars back.
All right.
Oh gosh, hold up. This joint is acting weird. Gosh darn, YouTube is acting weird. Sorry, boss. Switch browsers. Give me a sec. Yeah, I like this a lot though. I think this vibe is super cool. I like the scratching on this. I think the scratching on this is super fire. Obviously the visual is dope.
Did you get the concept though? Like world famous, like this is the price of pursuing fame.
Yeah.
Is you're destroying yourself.
World famous, man. I'm torn between two lives. Mia talks to me, ego-driven rude side. Being living in a cloud of smoke. I'm so over all the dumb hoes that stay home.
Yeah, your tone on those first couple bars is dope, bro. It's really cool. Yeah, so I would just keep doubling down on that and don't try not to over rap. You know what I'm saying? Like like if it sounds good and the bars are there and the imagery is there, just do it. So you kind of got a little too flashy with some of the cadences, a tad bit.
Right.
Which I think is like it's cool. I don't think it was yeah, you just like that. Just the way that sounded to me was like I hadn't really heard a modern Tupac tone like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm caught between two lives. Usually when people do the Tupac tone, it just sounds mad corny. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds super
like
dated.
They're legitimately trying to do it.
Yeah, and you just sounded natural doing it, and that's probably my favorite tone that I've heard from you, because I've heard you do auto-tune and I've heard you do more modern stuff, and you kind of switch it up here. That's probably my favorite from you. So I would just say keep creating, keep going down. I like this vibe. I like this tempo. The imagery, the storytelling, the visual. I mean, you guys are out here just straight shooting movies, bro. And I think the scratching is a nice cut. Yeah, I mess with it, bro.
Thanks, appreciate it. And if I could say something real quick about One Way Nick, that's actually my homie. For whatever reason, his audio's not working, but he's from Sacramento.
Okay.
And we're actually doing a project right now. So we're writing together.
Is he based in LA too?
No, he's in Sac.
Oh, he's in Sac. Okay, it's a lot of Cali love in here, man. That's awesome, bro. That's what's up.
Right.
Way cool.
He's fire, bro. He's got a lot of dope stuff. He's definitely an artist that you'll like.
Yeah, man. He was cold, bro. That's super dope. Way cool, man. Well, yo, I can't wait to hear more from both of you guys, man. Great stuff.
Appreciate you, man.
That's Penny from Los Angeles. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Let's see. We got Neems. I Am Rescued, who's not here. Aaron Banka, OA, Cutright, and Kenneth Clark and Evan Toombs. So that's the order. So if I said your name, if you could throw your hand up for me, that'll make my life easier. Guys, make sure that your name is the same in Zoom that it is on the Patreon. That it just makes everything a little bit easier when I'm trying to find you. That would be very helpful to me. So next up we got Neems. And by the way, I think the only people I skipped was Johan, Bartholomew Jones, and AJ. So let's go to Neems. We're gonna go to Neems. Shoot. Give me 1 sec. All right, here we go. Yo, I like this, man. I think this whole vibe is super cool. I would say just a tad bit more variation, a little bit more build up and arrangement. But I think you doing this style is pretty fly, and I like it. I like it from you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I've been heavy into the lo-fi stuff and this Afrobeat stuff recently, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I keep going, bro. I keep going and just having fun and diversifying your sound. I think it's super fly.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's Neems, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next up we got Aaron Banka. This is my first solo track. Okay. Aaron Banka with his first solo track. After Aaron Banka, we're going to OA, Cutright, Kenneth Clark, Evan Toombs, Asher. Throw your hands up if I said your name. That would be incredible. All right, Aaron Banka with his first solo track. I'm actually kind of excited to hear this.
I'm working. Maybe you don't know I stay moving. I'm working. Maybe you don't know I stay cooking. I'm working. Maybe you don't know I stay moving. I'm working. Maybe you don't know I stay cooking. Ay, I stay blessed up. I'm curry with the dub. Chicken curry hot. I'm banking the shop. Praying hands. All I do is count bands. Gotta fill me up. Gotta fill my cup. It's a war zone. You know you better watch your tone. I ain't tryna be nobody else. Ay, Gucci on my belt. Blessings what I felt. All the way up. All the way up. I'm praising the King every single day. Cause that's all I'm trying to say. God is my booster, I roll up in a coupe. I'm only trying to be myself. Wait, I stay grinding, like checks I signed it. I'm living lavish like LA where I'm riding. Whoa, I'm trying to get these souls saved. Whoa, I'm preaching in the street cause I'm working. Man, you don't know I stay cooking. I got J's on my feet and JC in my heart. So you,
Aaron, congratulations getting your first track done. Did you record this with the auto-tune in your headphones with multiple punches? Did you record this with the auto-tune in your headphones with multiple punches? Did you record this with the You gotta mute me. Somebody got your headphones with multiple punches. Okay. Aaron, that was a mad crazy feedback loop. So mute me in the YouTube. Yeah, that was wild. So mute me in the YouTube and then unmute yourself when you've muted me in the YouTube.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you might turn yourself up a little bit.
All right, one sec. How about now?
It's better. A little bit more.
Okay. How about now?
Perfect. So, yeah, what I was saying was congrats on getting your first song done. Did you punch this and did you get this? Did you record this with the auto-tune in your headphones while you were going live, while you were recording it, playing it live in your headphones?
Yeah, I did do it with auto-tune in the headphones.
Okay.
I don't understand what you mean by when you say, did you punch this?
What punching means is instead of just like writing a verse and then trying to get through it, sitting down and literally meticulously getting every single bar perfect.
Okay.
Punching either bar by bar or every other bar or every 3 or 4 bars.
Like in recording or
Yes.
just writing?
Yes, in recording.
In recording, I did try to take it a few bars at a time.
Okay. So I think with you, man, I would just say you are just new to recording. Like you're just new to the process. It doesn't, there's no like outside of recording and punching and just confidence, like just being just extremely confident. I don't know what you got to do to channel that confidence. I don't know if you got to go and do some jumping jacks and drink some pre-workout and kick everybody out of the studio and light some incense. But like a lot of this is confidence. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't sound like you believe what you're saying yet. It just sounds like you're just kind of working through a demo. Which some of this is going to come from repetition, but some of it is also going to come with walking into the studio with the mentality that, you're the man and you're going to really to lay down something that's going to be epic. And if you walk in the studio that way, then your mentality has to shift. You know what I mean? And so this just sounds like you're kind of you're almost laying a demo as an idea to test the waters.
Yeah.
Whereas you got to walk in like you're the man. You know what I mean? And some of that is mentality, and some of that is honestly just going to be repetition and just doing this a lot, you know?
Okay. And
some of that's going to be your identity. Like are you confident in this? Like, are you truly confident? Are you really congruent with the things you're saying? And it's tough, man. It's just tough. But the more you do it, the better it'll get, the easier it'll get, the faster you'll get through the process. But there's just a part of it, it's just repetition. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand. I think I do struggle with the confidence because, like I said, this is my first solo. And more than that, I just recently got into music. Or taking it a little bit more serious and stuff like that. So I do see the lack of confidence. Can I ask, how would one build that up more often? Or like, what is a way to build it up?
Yeah. So some of it is going to just be in you, right? Some of it is just going to be in you. And some people can just kind of fake it. You know what I'm saying? They can kind of put on a mask of confidence, right? For me, and this is just strictly me, the more I talked about things that were real to me, the more confident I was behind the things I was saying, one. And then the more I went and accomplished stuff and actually did stuff outside of music, the more confident I was inside of music.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a very, very practical example. People hate me when I talk about this stuff. About a couple years ago, I took my fitness very seriously. I started eating right? And I was able to lose, like, I don't know, I went from like 25% body fat to 15% body fat in a year. And I got super shredded. I had abs. Your boy's done put on a little bit of COVID weight and some pregnancy weight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm back in the gym. I'm actually going to have my trainer on Sunday, and we've shot a vlog and just giving people some basic fitness stuff. So I never stopped training, I haven't been as disciplined on my nutrition as I'm getting back into it. So with that, when I got in shape, that gave me the sense of accomplishment of doing something that very few people can do, that I then was able to channel that energy and that confidence into YouTube and into my music and being a more congruent, serious communicator, right? So some of it is just you doing stuff and accomplishing stuff. Like, I know you flip shoes on the side, right? Yeah. So what if you had a year where you flipped and did 100,000 in shoe sales, right? I bet you would approach every other area of your life different. You would feel like you're the man because you did something very few people can do. You know what I'm saying? If you got super serious with your health and 9 months from now you were shredded as a professional athlete, you would walk around different. You would be a different person on the other side of that thing that very few people have been able to accomplish, right? Yeah. So I think, to me, I believe that we're all made in the image of God, and we all have intrinsic value, and we all need to meditate on Jesus, and we all need to fill our mind with those things. I think that's important. But I also think there's something about doing dope things and accomplishing things that very few people can accomplish that gives you confidence. You know what I mean? And so when I went full time with music, I became more confident. That's a very narrow feat that very few people ever get to do. When I made my first 100,000 off of music, I became more confident. When, you know what I'm saying? When I got in shape, I became more confident. When I don't know, was married for 10 years, I became more confident as a husband, right? So some of that just becomes in just accomplishing and doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so I think you got to find that thing for you. Like, what is that thing for you that you can go crush and channel that confidence? And if you're doing that while you're growing as a person, it's going to be easier to put that in your art. That's what's worked for me. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other folks that are just wildly confident. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, I don't know, they were told they were great their entire life, and their confidence comes from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Think of the Kanyes, think of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just guys that are just always confident, you know? So I think you gotta find that for yourself. I don't know what that looks like. I just gave you some things that worked for me. And yeah, man. And so, like, just accomplishing things will make you more secure as a person. And usually when we're insecure as a person is when we haven't really done anything. You know what I'm saying? But your identity is way more different on the other side of 6 months of you living a disciplined lifestyle, reading your Bible every day, fasting, praying, and working out for 6 months. You're a totally different person on the other side of that 6 months. Physically, you're a different person. Mentally, you're a different person. Spiritually, you're a different person. You've built some fortitude, right? And then that can move into music. Hip hop has always been a confidence thing. Right? It was about getting fresh, You know what I'm saying? And who was getting fresh? The drug dealers were getting fresh. The drug dealers were confident because they had a lot of money. They had more money than everybody else. So there was that confidence and that bravado in music, right? At a time, there was a lot of violence in music. And so there was the bravado of who's the toughest. I'm the toughest, therefore I'm confident. Who can be the most barbaric, right? So obviously we're Christians and we don't do that. So we got to find other ways to infuse confidence in our music. And to me, it just says, go do some stuff. Go do some fly stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're a fly dude. You dress cool. You know what I'm saying? You got a good community around you. You know what I'm saying? You're a good looking dude. Like, build on that, you know?
Definitely, man. Thank you. I've have it heard many times that I think confidence is where I'm lacking, even to the point where even when I do accomplish some things, I like take it very lightly. Like, I think, say, with the fact that I was able to help my whole group of friends with my own studio, building my business and all this stuff, but I take it all with like a grain of salt and still struggle with just, I think, believing myself. And I think I need to hear that again and again. So thank you so much for taking this time, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And as do I. And I tend to slide into creative codependency to a fault. You know what I'm saying? But the more confident I am in what God is doing in my life, you know what I'm saying, and the things he's taking me through, the more I'm able to channel that and use that to help other people.
Thank you, man. No, yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, we got a prayer request from Tamara Slay. She said one of her students just had emergency surgery this morning. Let's say a prayer for her. Her name's Jasmine. And then we're going to get back to the music. Father, we pray for Jasmine. You know the ins and outs of the situation. You know that she just had emergency surgery. We pray that you would be with the doctors. You would give them wisdom. You give the staff wisdom, that you would protect her while she's in the hospital, Father, against any other infections or disease, and that we just ultimately pray for a speedy recovery and help Tamara be just an encourager and a rock that Jasmine can lean on, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, we're going to keep this thing moving. We got OA next with some tunes for us. If you're watching this live, give this video a thumbs up. Let us know where you're watching this from. We got OA, Cutright, and I think Kenneth Clark. I'm actually really excited.
My little girl is always getting into something. That's why we use...
Yo, they got ads now on SoundCloud? What shenanigans?
Do they really?
Yeah, I saw that.
I actually swapped out a YouTube link for a SoundCloud link because I didn't want you to have to deal with the ads.
It's all good. I'm letting the ad run while I got the audio turned down.
Not bad, fam.
No, you good. It's not your fault. All right, let's see. Ad's almost done. Yo, shout out to everybody watching this live, man. You guys are in one of the lives that does not get left up. So these lives stay, like, after they're done, they get unlisted and only the folks on Patreon can see them. So, yeah, shout out for you guys to be here. Okay, so you said start this at 13 seconds. All right, you keep yourself muted for now so there's no weird feedback loop. All right, here we go.
School and I'm by myself. I spend too much time on the timeline trying to be someone else. I don't need comments of the nonsense when you can't spell. I don't need feedback from the background with your opinion. Well, you think you know me? That's the old me. Time to catch you up. I know I'm worthy because he told me I don't need your love. Cause he's that OGGOD. I'm a then enough. Once things start rolling, you don't know when where I might end up. I'm back in the saddle. You know I'm a wolf and you're nothing but cattle. You tell me I'm worthless, but I won the battle. I'm tired of Elijah, the Tower of Babel. And you ain't a judge, but you bang on the gavel like you were a king and you're up in the castle. I told you the truth, but you still wanna haggle. It's giving me life, I end up in the gravel, yeah. This ain't a message that a lot of people wanna hear, cause it means letting go of all the hate and all the fear. But if you do that, then you can't sit back and blame your peers for why you finished such a life just stuck in first gear. The world is gonna tell you that you'll never make it, but you gotta tune them out and keep your faith up. Don't let the devil try to tell you that you're faking. There ain't no room for compromise, it's time to wake up. Don't even waste your time thinking I'ma pay you mine. My heart and mind on this highness, pray you get your grind. Some wicked times had me caught up in some wicked crimes. You would've dropped it down.
Yo, OA, where are you based out of, boss? And how long have you been making music?
I am in Houston right now, but I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I was in there until about 2 years ago, and then moved down to Houston.
Very cool. So my impression of this is that some of the production feels a tad bit dated.
Okay.
And I think you're. Let me pull some of this back.
Once things start rolling, you don't know when where I might end up. I'm back in the saddle, you know I'm a wolf and you're nothing but cattle. You tell me I'm worthless, but I won the battle. I'm tired of Elijah, the tower of Babel, and you ain't a G, I'm a than enough. Once things start rolling, you don't know when.
Okay, so this is gonna be weird. This is good, OA. This is good. This isn't bad.
Thanks,
There's nothing bad about this. This is good. What I feel like this is lacking is I feel like this is like you're rapping from like a, I don't want to use the word persona, but there's an attempt for you to deliver. So you're doing a lot of the stuff technically right. But it, to me, on a subconscious level, it doesn't feel congruent. It doesn't feel like this is really you. This feels like you performing for me. This feels like you telling me what I want to hear and dropping some Christian platitudes in there and like doing the Christian bars and you know what I'm saying? And then with it being packaged around kind of some dated production, it just doesn't feel that. I can't find the word. I want to say
so
real. Go ahead.
So I have like kind of two sounds. Like I have some stuff that's like the real heavy like stuff that like thematically like talking about my past drug addiction and coming to Jesus and suicide attempts and depression and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then I have stuff which I would kind of put this song into, which is sometimes like I've been through a lot in my life.
Yeah.
And so to come on the victory side of that with Christ and be like, the devil is not going to stop me or hold me back from doing anything.
Yeah.
And so it's not so much like a persona as it is like sometimes I get really like ambivalent towards like what the enemy is trying to do and when he's trying to come against me and all the stuff that we've been on it. So sometimes I get like sort of not cocky, but just it's just a different side to my personality that comes out in some of my songs. This is off of my full length that I dropped in December that has 15 songs, and I'd say probably about 6 of them are like kind of in this vein, and then I've got like some straight up like kind of pop stuff, and then also some of that heavier content stuff.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're still trying to find your sound. You're still kind of developing. So so here would be my pushback. This sounds like a record that someone went in and tried to make for the Beast Mode playlist, and they don't go to the gym regularly. Like they're not really on that energy. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's cool. I just think there's something deeper in you that's more pressing that I think you need to share. And then I would also say from a tactical standpoint, like how many followers do you have on Instagram and on TikTok?
TikTok, I'm almost at 16K.
Okay.
Instagram, I just hit 700 today.
Okay.
But that 700 has been like in the last 3 months.
Dope. So what are you doing on TikTok that's working?
So TikTok, I've been doing a lot of like the duets with like Token and
smart.
like a lot of that. Let's see who else. Just basically like Maddie Beats has been putting out a lot of stuff and getting a lot of duet stuff.
Okay.
So basically just taking that and using these different duets as an opportunity for me to practice.
I love it. That's a great tactic. What's your TikTok? I'm trying to find you on TikTok. So
it's OA Hip Hope. So HIPHOPE.
Okay. I'm going to follow you on TikTok right now.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
that. Oh, you're
that.
following me. Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So here would be my thing. If we were to reverse engineer this and we were to say, hey, I'm an artist that has 16,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I get between, and the algorithms obviously changed. So you did something right to get that bubble up, right?
I had that. I don't know if you remember that banjo beat that Ricky Desktop did like late last year, but I had that one was my like I guess pseudo viral one that had like 71,000 views on it. So that was kind of the come up video that I had.
So if I see you did the Andy thing that got 2,900 views. So you get between 400 to a couple thousand views. So if I were to say, hey man, I got 15,000 followers on TikTok, 700 followers on Instagram. Would you advise me to put out a 15-song album?
So here's quick story. I actually had a 6-song EP that was done in June. We live in Houston. We had a hurricane. I lost my hard drive. So I actually lost all my project files because I thought they were backed up and they weren't. So I actually took a month and a half off of music and was kind of really down and came back, and I just like started.
Not with the storm thing, but I've lost entire projects. But go ahead.
So I came back and just like started rapidly making a bunch of songs, and they were all songs that I really enjoyed. And I've put out a single pretty much every month of 2020. I put out 11 singles last year on top of the record.
Yep.
So I kind of like had all this stuff that I was doing. And I mean, I've been doing music. I'm 31. I've been doing music since I was 18, whether that was playing in punk bands when I was 18, 19 years old, to doing all sorts of stuff. And quite frankly, it was just it was a goal of myself. It was a personal goal. Like, I want to put out a full length album.
Yep.
I mixed and mastered and engineered the whole thing. It was my first time ever doing a project. So there's a lot of things that even now, 2 weeks removed from the release, I'm listening back going, I would change that. I would do that differently. I would do that.
Yeah. I've been there. I've done that. So you didn't really answer the question, but it's okay. I'll answer the question.
The answer would probably be no on the surface.
All right. No. Here's why though. Because here's why. Because there's not a demand for an album, right? And when you're doing something for you, it's not about the audience, and it's not about the platform, and it's not about building a career or a small business. Right? It's like, hey man, we're trying to open a restaurant, and you're like, sick, I'm trying to open a restaurant. Hey, all the studies show that to open a restaurant, you need one fire cornerstone item, and then you need an item or two to supplement that, right? And then you need drinks, and then you have like little appetizers here and there. And so it's like in and out, right? These places like real simple places that pop off, they have one or two things they're really, really known for, their niche, and then they scale out. If somebody was starting a menu, I watch stuff like The Prophet and all these things, right? If they were starting out, nobody would be like, yes, open a restaurant with 15 items on the menu. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, it's just too many items. It's too many distractions. Find one thing you do really good, nail that item down, kill it, crush it, milk that item. And then once you get popping, then you could add a generic Caesar salad to your menu, and you could add a generic cheeseburger. But what's the thing that's going to get you popping musically? And it works for the consumer, and it works for growing your career. Sometimes.
Well, and that's part of the reason why I put out so many singles last year too, is like, so the blueprint that I've kind of like looked at in an artist that I really, really respect is H-Town boy Tobin Wigway down here. Seeing the grind that he's put out the last like 3 years, where he's not only dropping constant, like the visual side of things is something that I'm trying to step up in 2021. I haven't done a whole lot of that, but the consistency with him was just mind blowing to me when I discovered him a few years ago. So that's what I've been trying to do, is put out the consistent singles, put out stuff. And also, like you said, I'm experimenting with a lot of stuff. So I'm trying, you said this with one of the artists, a couple artists ago, that was like, you're still trying these different things. You're doing some auto-tune, you're doing lo-fi, you're doing stuff like that. And that's kind of where I'm at too, is like, I'm trying to expand and try different things.
Fair enough.
And one of the things that you said, it was spot on, which was that you said that heavier, deeper stuff, I think, is stuff that you might want to go. I hear that a lot. The tracks on my record that are doing the best right now are like the really emotional, heartfelt ones. And I really enjoy and love doing those. So I appreciate everything you're saying.
Again, with a Toby, there was some intangibles there, and there were some things about him that instantly made it interesting visually and interesting audibly, right? Some natural things that just came to him, right? So if the objective is to build a small business with music, that's what we're ultimately after, right? We have to start with, what is the objective? That's the objective. Then we have to adjust our tactics to fulfill the objective. If the objective is, I'm dabbling with music and I'm kind of just putting out stuff when I feel like it, it's a different objective. But it sounds like you've been doing this for a while and you have a very specific objective. So then I would be following folks that are fulfilling that objective. So again, someone like Nick D, who followed the Toby model. And in 18 months,
love Nick D.
In about 18, well, no, it was probably closer to 22 months, he finally became profitable with music. Right. And he's making $3,500 a month with music, a single every other week. Again, the caveat with Nick D is freakishly talented and can make amazing videos. Right. So here's my pushback. When we do 15 songs. When we do a song every week, I've done this. I've done a thing called the weeklies. I'm going to do a live verse, one take every week, live audio. And I burnt myself out after 20 weeks and it wasn't healthy and it didn't move the needle and I didn't get any followers from it and I didn't get any new fans. It was just my same fans. Yeah. Sometimes it's better to say, let me just put out one great song a month. Not a week, a month, or every quarter. Let me just put out one great song every quarter with a fire rollout, great visuals, great live version of it for TikTok, live version for IG Reels, a lyric breakdown, a strategy, so that you're not burning yourself out. And what you're doing is then you're making the content better and you can be more meticulous on the content. So maybe you work on 5 or 6 different songs, but you're really after putting out one great song. There, I think everybody wins. The consumer wins because they're getting a higher quality product. You win because you're seeing the needle move and you have to now focus and be dialed in, right? And so for me, I'll be honest, if I'm honest with you, OA, if I did your model, I would probably be in the same spot. So what did I do? I went and got popping for something else, and then I'm channeling my audience, my new audience, right, into my music, and now my streams are up and I'm able to do something that's valuable to more people, right? So again, some guys like Nick D can just be great at music. Other guys got to go and do covers like Paul Russell. He does covers on TikTok, right? And he does duets and it's full on like remakes of pop songs, right? So I think that there comes a degree of like self-awareness and capacity where everybody's not going to win with the Toby model because everybody doesn't look as cool as Toby. Everybody doesn't have a hot wife with blonde hair who's 6 foot tall like Toby, who sits there in all of his videos. Everybody ain't got kids that are as cute as Toby's. Everybody ain't got the costumes that they build like Toby, right? You know, so you got to work with what you have. And sometimes what I have is an ability to speak and articulate ideas. So guess what? I got popping for that. And now people are coming over and checking out my music. This is where self-awareness comes in, right? Yes, Toby started doing covers. Toby started doing remixes, right? His videos were getting flagged because he was using other people's instrumentals. That was the start. And it was him sitting in between Fat's legs while she was twisting his hair. It was an interesting visual. He's a good-looking guy. She's a good-looking girl. And he raps like Andre 3000. That's a win-win-win-win-win-win formula. As he got popping, they added more budget, and I don't know how much you watch Toby's narrative, right?
Every single one,
right? From the very beginning, a lot of people see Toby now and they're like, I want to do what Toby does, and it's like, you may not have what Toby has yet. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have what Toby has yet. I don't have what Nick D has, OA, and I still love music, so I have to be sober and self-aware and say, what does Ruslan have? Yo, Ruslan could talk his behind off, and for whatever reason, I can just come on here and talk about Jesus, and people like it. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about politics, people like it. Let me get popping for that and then channel that energy and that attention into the stuff I'm most passionate about, which is music and building this community of artists, right? So
I love it.
I think you got to figure that out for yourself. I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know you well enough, right? Yeah. But it's a tricky thing because if it would be like, yo, Russ said he put out a song a week on SoundCloud, so I'm gonna put out a song a week on SoundCloud. Not factoring in Russ was on SoundCloud in 2011 when he was an early adapter on SoundCloud, right? Totally different ecosystem versus now where you try putting out a song a week on SoundCloud and you might put out 150 songs a week for 150 weeks and it does nothing. The needle doesn't move because the algorithm's different, right? So again, it's like we got to factor all of these variables in.
Can I ask a follow-up to that? So part of the reason that I put the album out too is because I had so many songs, right? So like I got into this bubble in like August, from August to October, where like I had been working with a lot of producers. I got a lot of beats and I just was like writing nonstop. So I had this catalog of probably 25 songs. And I'm like, okay, I could sit on this and put this out in a year, but at that point I might feel like it's outdated. Would you recommend, instead of like taking those 15 tracks and putting them on a full-length album, like just holding on to them and if they're worth it later?
Yes. You know how many songs I'm sitting on right now? OA, finished. You know how many songs I got with Nick D right now that is just sitting there? Yes, throw out a number. How many songs you think me and Nick D got laid that I produced with Nick D vocals and Ruslan vocals done?
A dozen?
About 15.
Okay.
I got 15 songs with Nick D. They're just sitting here. I got another 15 solo Ruslan songs. I got a bunch of demos with Paul. I'm always sitting on 25 songs.
Okay.
You know
how did you learn that patience? Because like for me, when I write a new song, I'm like, I'm digging this song. I want people to hear it. And honestly, I think that's one of the things that I've struggled with the most over this last year, and with all this content that I've been creating, is like, I need to develop the patience and be like, this doesn't need to come out right now. So like, where did you find that?
I think I'll just revert back to what Nick D said last week. He said the moment he decided to do music, he started a small business. And the moment,
which I actually did too.
Yeah. And so here's the deal. Here's the deal. So then when you start a small business, you know that not every idea is for everybody. You know, not every product is for everybody. You know, there's soft launches. You know, there's hard launches. You know, there's, AdSense, ad spends. You know, there's all these different variables. And so once I decided that, I said, man, I've been doing the same thing. It hasn't been growing as fast as I want to grow. I need to slow down. I'm not going to just jump in and do another group record with somebody. I did that with The Breaks. I did that with the Dream Junkies. I did that with Paul. Let me figure something else out. And so I restrained myself, and I got really self-aware, and I went to therapy, and I went to counseling, and I discovered I was codependent, and I had all these things. So I'm not just going to run from collab project to collab project because I feel inadequate, right? Again, this is some real heavy soul searching type stuff that we don't really talk about in music. So I think
I love it, man.
Self-awareness. I had to grow in self-awareness. I'm an only child. I'm not the most self-aware person, and I have to listen to the people God places around me, because they're going to see and say things that I may not see and say about myself, because you're living life through a first person movie. Remember, right? So everything is first person, but in a movie there's multiple angles. So you need multiple perspectives on who you are and what you look like. And so once I got rid of that, everything is a first person movie, then I started listening to Nick, and then Nick started telling me stuff. Hey bro, start listening to Sean Cannell, start listening to Lecrae, Ruslan, bro, you're a great thinker. Sean Cannell, bro, you're going to crack 100,000 subscribers. Nick, I really feel like you doing this format is working for you. Ray Rock, bro, you got to keep pressing in. We can still keep working on music, but man, go in on the YouTube stuff. The YouTube stuff is going to blow up. I listened, and then it was like, yo, now I have more audience to my music, and I'm I'm getting more streams off my music with minimal effort, and I'm not in this hurry game to put out a ton of music just because I can. I'm really being more tactical and strategic. And it's hard. It is hard, right? Because here's the thing. You want to force it. You want to do the grind. But sometimes it's not about pushing. It's about pulling. Everything can't be push. In marketing, everything can't be push. But you got to know how to set the tone and then pull somebody into your ecosystem and say, this is what I'm about. We talk about Jesus. We have a nuanced view of scripture and politics. We talk about dope art and culture. You know what I'm saying? And you pull people into your ecosystem, and then they come in and they're like, yo, Ruslan ain't just here trying to sell me a t-shirt. This man got a community. He got a bunch of other artists and creatives I discovered, and his music is fire. And all of that is building brand loyalty, so that it, think about the iPhone. You get the iPhone and you get the iPad, then you get the iMac, and then you're in that ecosystem. And once you're in the ecosystem, it's difficult to get out of the ecosystem because everything reminds you that you're in the ecosystem, right? Yeah, I mean, I know I'm giving away a lot of sauce, but it's a different way of looking at stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I don't want to capitalize everybody else's time as well, but dude, I just want to say thank you. It's really hard. I think a lot of up and coming artists will agree that a lot of times your fans or your circle that's around you when you're starting are people that's just going to tell you what you want to hear. Yeah. So that's the exact reason why I'm here. It's the exact reason why I'm on other shows, and why I try to put my stuff out there, is because a lot of times, the same way as a producer, as an engineer, you get ear fatigue when you're in the studio for 10 hours and you listen to the same track over and over and over and over again, and you're like, I don't know what I'm hearing anymore. I feel like a lot of times it's that way as an artist too, and you need that outside perspective. So 100%. I just want to thank you for your time and for your advice.
I appreciate you being open to hear me out. And the last thing I'll say is that sometimes your fans aren't indicative of your audience. So you might see a few people going, yo, when the album coming out? And you might be like, yo, they need the album, son. When everybody asking me for the album, when it was really like 7 guys that asked you for the album, and they're not really even, they're just talking because that's what people do. They just be talking, right? When it's like, no, is there 700 people waiting for an album? Is there 7,000 people waiting for an album? It's difficult to quantify that, right? And so again, here's another great example of somebody to check out. Joseph Solomon. Joseph Solomon was already popping. He was a poet. He switched it up. He wanted to be known as an artist. Joseph Solomon started doing covers. Drake posted Joseph Solomon's cover. People started demanding him to put the cover on Spotify. He said, I'm not going to put this. I did covers to get you guys here to care about my music. I'm not just going to dribble for you. You know what I'm saying? No. The covers was the tactic to get you here for my music. And so he hasn't put any of his covers on Spotify. And again, Drake's reposting his stuff, right? And so it's just being a bit more restrained, because if you listen to the audience, they may not always be reflective of what the true need is. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. That's good, man. That's good. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to let you get on to the next one.
Yes, sir. We got Cut Right next.
I love it.
Yeah, brother. Thank you. We're going to keep this thing moving. The homie Cut Right. Let's get it.
Man, it's 2021 already. Let's get it. Hi again. Time for work, so I'm signing in. Last year, I was burning out like a Lamborghini when the top spin. Depression started to rock the boat. Then doubt started coming in. He told me that I won in a million, so dust myself off and try again. See, age ain't nothing but a number, so let's rewind with the recap. Always been a fat Joe, gotta hit the gym for the lean back. Learn to stand tall on my kneecaps. Now I'm Bruce Banner with the gauntlet. It's the end game, and when I snap, I'm finna bring the whole team back. Yeah, I'm a Christian rapper nerd, and I ain't ashamed. My only claim to fame, living up the Savior name. And this is one tubby that bring major pain. So turn it up and let it burn. I'm about to take it up a notch. I've been waiting too long, no more staring at the watch. See the play clock running, so I'm finna take a shot. Give everything I got. I've been cooking in the pot, so if you're ready, you're not. I'm about to take it up a notch. I'm tired of playing with these folks. Give them a little power and all they gon' see is ghosts. Yeah, the pen fire, I'm giving them heat strokes. With this rhythm and flow, ain't what I want deep smoke. Word today, and I've been hanging with the ministers. Should've been a judge the way I give her the sentences. CHH keep leading the flow limitless. Spin on my J.O.P. with no benefits yet. So venomous from bringing the carnage to the enemy target. When I enter the carnage, the way I'm doing the beat should be bringing up charges. I ain't giving you God, then it belong on the guard. And if that's the case, then we get basket case. About the master race, like a skinhead. Run at a faster pace, they want a faster face. Tell them I can't relate, cause that's inbred. Bring heaven down to the hell races. That Pentecost for the pinheads. Only time that we throwing shade is to get them out of that sick bed. And our tight work is all light work. If you light work, that's a bizzle bar. Low streams kill dope dreams, like your drive hurts like a rental car. That's why I Christ in my enterprise. Even when I lose, I'm a winner, guys. Every big problem get minimized. In a minute, I'ma take it up a notch. I've been waiting too long.
Yo, Cut Right. This joint is crazy, bro. Yo, this man Cut Right makes some of the literally the dopest music you haven't heard, bro. Where are you at? I'm gonna cut you here. Where are you at with the visuals? Like, this needs to be in front of more people. Can you unmute yourself and talk to the people, please?
Yeah. So, bro, I actually just got through like laying that joint down and clean it up. I was actually gonna drop that last January, but I had got like stuck, man, with like depression and all kind of other stuff, bro. Hearing you encourage all these other younger brothers, you know what I'm saying? I've been there. I just want to say, just follow up with what you're saying too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I kept trying to knock it out and takes wasn't going on, so I just left it and came back to it last month, trying to stay consistent. Just like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just get up. I'm gonna try to do a verse a day, a record a day, whatever. So pull this out, and the joint came on, bro. Yo, the third verse, bro.
Okay, let me hear the third verse. Usually, I'm not getting this far because it's you. I'm finna do it. Let me see.
Fellas in a Rayleigh odor, Jerry Sanders with the baking soda. Quote the Raven, we breaking boulders. It's a coin before the game is over. No sweat, don't hammer your child. In and out, going animal style. Muppet baby, so I've been adopting it. You don't wanna put a hand on the child. Yeah, I finally found where my lane at. Following the same plan, Biggie and the brain had. Written in the book of life, that's where my name at. Even the Mandela effect couldn't change that. Shout out to Steve Chad and Justin for rocking with me. We smashing pumpkins for support with these rap productions. When I become a speed back with punches, taste and see cause we bagging lunches. K and double seats at the function. Bread of life for these ragamuffins, flipping birds and stuff, that's reductive. Same to the homie Ruslan, he been doing this thing. Helping people see the king dream like Daniel out of Sing Sing. Now the level up, ultra instinct. JHL on the kid link, so the pen ink, Mr. Timberlake. And we in sync when I take it up a notch.
Yeesh. Yo, go follow this man and tell this man to put the music out.
Kool-Aid man breaking the walls down, sir.
Yo.
Just say it with the Kool-Aid man. You know what I mean?
Drop your handle in the YouTube chat if you will, because we need all these people to go follow you. When's that Bryson Gray diss track coming out though?
Hey, bro, you know it's almost there, bro. It's almost there. I'm gonna end some careers in the name of Jesus. We'll be head.
Hey, man, Bryson, I was trying to put the battery in your back, bro. I was trying to get you to drop it.
Bro, yo, if Derek Bonner ain't tell me don't do it, bro, Derek was like, bro, you smoked them, don't do it. I was like, okay, bro, you know, I'm gonna take your wisdom, bro. But you know, if I would have smoked them, he wouldn't have been able to tell everybody that there was the Patriots in the Capitol. He wouldn't have been alive to tell us. You know what I mean? It wasn't Antifa. So you know, y'all, he did us a favor. Thank you, Bryson.
Yeah, what you guys don't know about is me. I got a chat going with Cutright, and I've been privy to some heat that unfortunately is probably never gonna see the light of day. But goodness gracious, what's your handle so we can put it in the chat, Cutright?
It's Mr. MISTR Cutright CUTRGHT at Instagram. Real name, no gimmicks. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, Mr. Cutright. Yo, great stuff, man. I can't wait to see these visuals come together for you, brother.
Oh, me too.
All right, y'all. We're going to keep this thing moving. We got the homie Kenneth Clark from Atlanta, or based in Atlanta. I don't know if he's originally from Atlanta.
Nah. Hey, what's up, Rose? What's going on, bro?
Finally made it to one of these, man.
Finally made it.
You've been in the community for like a month, and it's the first time you got here.
Yeah, man. Just, wanted to make sure I came through and show some love and connected with everybody, man. Yo, you dropping gems tonight, bro. You dropping gems.
Hey, man. Oh. Trying, brother. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
I was telling my wife, I said, yo, Ruslan got them gems, man. I always got for sure.
How's married life? You've been married about a year now? 6 months?
Nah, for about 3 months.
3 months, okay. So, yeah, less time.
4 months. Yeah, man, it's amazing, bro. Like, I'm learning, thank you. I'm learning I'm learning so much about myself. I'm learning so much about, my wife, obviously, family life. It's like, it's the fastest self-development course you could ever, take, man. But, God's been really blessing us, man. So I'm excited. She's awesome. She's amazing. I'm just really blessed, bro.
Super blessed. Y'all still in Atlanta, correct?
Yeah, we're still here. We might be coming out to the West Coast, bro. Okay. We might be, pulling back up out there. But we'll see wherever God takes us, man.
Word up, brother. Let's get into this record. You got a visual for us tonight called Made Me on YouTube. Let's check this joint out.
Yeah.
You made me to worship you. You made me, so I worship. You made me to worship you. You made me, so I worship. Nothing you made about us is basic, my faces. Baby, your image, no rearranging, the changing. I stare at the moon and the stars shine like a sunset. Can't even fathom when I'm in awe how you do it. There's so many things that I don't know. I'm about to set up a case. Yeah. Chase you all day, I should live life that way. It's so amazing how you seem to animate. And it all took one week, that's what my Bible say. You put me out the dirt and gave me your life. Yeah, now what I need to do is trust. You're the Alpha and Omega, and you know it all. So I'ma do it all, cause you made me to worship you. You made me, so I worship. You made me to worship you. You made me, so I worship. Ain't blaming nothing
an Adam or Eve. God has a vision that our minds just can't conceive. Falling down, you called me out from the list. Sent your son to die for me, and then he blazed out. You give us free will, now we could rebuild. Call it salvation, yeah, I'ma take it. But you just rebuild, your love is real. Sometimes it's too real, and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay, yeah, yeah, that's okay, yeah. You light my way, just light the way. And Lord, I give you all the praise, cause you made me.
Then it just dries out.
Yeah, man, that sounds dope. Tell me this: are you tracking yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Heck
Track